Hey Canucks fans, who are the 4 hockey players that have meant or mean the most to you? I'm Clay Imoo. I'm at Canuck Clay on Twitter. I'm at Clayton Imoo on Instagram. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Thursday, March the 26th. Being cooped up inside all day, working my butt off. Day 3 of working remotely. So actually, this is my only time being outside today. Is aside from taking a quick breath of fresh air in the backyard, is I got in my car and I moved like a couple spots over in my complex and parked in the visitor spot just so I can record this. And yeah, so I hope you're doing well. I hope you're being safe, taking care of each other. And last night, thanks to all of those who joined me on my YouTube live stream at 10 p.m. Smaller crowd, yes, last night, but we had a lot of fun. My daughter Kayla joined us. She was very sweet. She likes doing that kind of thing. And we ended off with me rapping to a beat supplied by Alexa. I know that sounds pretty ludicrous. Just wait till you actually hear what I did. So if you have a chance, check out that live stream if you want. If you want to skip right to the end, you can do that as well. Today I want to talk about a meme or a challenge or a list that's been going on around Twitter for the past 3 nights. And you guys know, basically with this social distancing, or what I like to say, physical distancing, you can still say socially connected online, as ironic as that may sound. We've seen a lot of things like fitness challenges, bouncing toilet paper up on your hockey stick challenges, food challenges, Disney challenges, dance challenges, whatever it is. But the one that was kind of cool going around Twitter was name 4 hockey players that meant or mean the most to you. So I'm going to quickly talk about my 4. I talked about this on the live stream last night, and I would love for you down below in the comments to write down the 4 hockey players that you count as those that meant the most to you or mean the most to you. And a brief description. I love to read it. I love getting to know you guys and love hearing those kind of stories. And just as a full disclaimer, they're not part of my list, although they're very important people. You can count the Sedins as 1 player, and most people do that, so they can sneak in 5 technically. So here are the 4 players that meant the most or mean the most to me in no particular order. Number 1 would be Trevor Linden. And I liked him more as a player than I did as a front office guy, which he was fine. But I liked him a lot when I was growing up. Captain for so long, heart and soul of the Canucks in the community. And that's really, the community aspect is the part that really sticks out to me. A few years ago, the grade 7 class from my kids' school, St. Paul's School, I helped them because I gave them an into the organization. But they basically wrote to the Canucks and got Trevor Linden by way of a cute little video. They got Trevor Linden to come to St. Paul's School and surprise the principal, because the principal is a massive Trevor Linden fan. So it was a school assembly. Finn was there raising money for Canucks for Kids, or whatever it was at the time. And I think it was Canucks for Kids. And basically, I got to keep Trevor in my office, or and kind of keep him hidden from everyone. And then we walked him into the gym and completely surprised the principal. The kids and the parents were surprised as part of a big assembly, 240 kids plus a bunch of families. It was wonderful. And then, some of the students sang a parody. I did a song a long time ago, Bruno Mars' Treasure. I changed it to Trevor. So these 4 girls sang that song to Trevor, and it was kind of cool. I played the piano. A bunch of other teachers helped with it, and some other students actually were the band. But it was really neat. So it was raising money, raising awareness, having fun, surprising the principal. And Trevor Linden was very classy, was very nice, was very personable throughout the whole thing. And I was really touched that he came out to do that for these grade 7 students. It meant the world to them. So Trevor Linden, both were not only what he did on the ice as a leader and a warrior, especially in the 94 Cup run, but also for what he did in the community and my own personal connection with him. Also, one other funny story about Trevor Linden. During the year where we were, Marie and Ariel and I were recording the Canucks Christmas rap song with Jake Vertan and Ben Hutton, there was a part where we were skating around at center ice, and I remember Trevor Linden actually came down to the benches and he says, "What are you guys doing on my ice?" And I said to him, "We're filming your Christmas song." And we had a good chuckle about that. So Trevor Linden is one of my top 4. Second one is Bo Horvat. No surprise probably to those of you that follow this channel and follow me on Twitter. Bo Horvat is my favorite current Canucks player. I love Pettersson, I love Hughes, I love Besser and the like, but he is Vertan and Stetcher, but Bo Horvat is my favorite player. And is probably no surprise also because similar aspects to similar personality traits to Trevor Linden. Not the best, most talented guy ever, but a heart and soul guy, a good second line guy, great locker room leader, wonderful in the community, all these things. Good Canadian boy as well. So all these things. But Bo Horvat, there's a few reasons why I like him. Number one, you guys know that my son Sean caddied for him 4.5 years ago in the Jake Milford tournament. So that was cool. Sean got to spend 4.5 hours with Bo Horvat. Horvat was classy, let him drive the cart, let him try his clubs, gave him a hat, all these things. So Horvat was very personable back then. I've since met Horvat a few times at golf tournaments and other functions, and he remembers me. He knows that I write music about him and for him. So that was kind of cool. And I like how he plays on the ice. He had a good season, his first season as a captain. And you guys know that I met his father, Tim Horvat, at a game earlier this season, and we had a good chuckle about how he actually watches some of these videos. So Tim, if you're watching this one, Bo Horvat, one of my top 4 players, favorite players of all time. So good on Bo for everything he does for the team, on the ice, in the locker room, and of course in the community as well. Very similar to Trevor Linden. My third favorite player, the one that meant a lot to me, Roberto Luongo. I liked him before he came to the Canucks. I did like him after he left the Canucks. It's not his fault, that recapture penalty. But as a Vancouver Canucks player, especially as he lightened up his mood and his Twitter personality near his latter years, obviously him and Kirk McLean won 2 the best goaltenders we've ever had. Luongo, he probably won't get his jersey retired as much as I like him. I think Ring of Honor is sufficient, but he won the gold medal. I know that's not with the Canucks, but with Team Canada in our own home arena, and 1 game away from the Stanley Cup Finals. And that was an emotional time. That was a very raw time. That was a very tough time, and a very sad, very anxious time. And he didn't have his best, obviously, series. And all 3 games in Boston were pretty bad, although one of them he didn't play. No, he did. He played all 3 games in Boston. So it was pretty tough. And but overall, I thought he was wonderful here. Also, great community guy, great team player, captain, although that only lasted 1 season. So you see a trend here: Trevor, Bo, and Roberto. I guess I like the captains, or maybe I see a lot of the same qualities. But overall, I loved his personality. I loved his compete level. I loved the fact that he brought it every night, and he was such a competitor. And when Marie and I wrote a couple songs for him actually, when he left town, but one of them, "End of the Road," Boys to Men, he actually reached out to both of us on Twitter and thanking us for the song, saying he was very touched by it. So that meant a lot to me, that the fact that Roberto Luongo took the time to watch the song that we made for him. So for not just for that reason, but for what he was on the ice and off the ice as well. You kind of see a trend, right? Great players, good leaders, and then great community guys. Roberto Luongo is in my top 4 as well. And my 4th is my cousin Dusty. He's at Dusty70 on Twitter. And you guys know I've talked about him a lot. But long and short of it is, he played ahead of Olaf Kozig in New West. He played ahead of Jamie McLennan in Lethbridge. Unfortunately, didn't get drafted, bounced around a few minor league teams, and then it got the pinnacle of his hockey career was playing the starting goalie for Japan in the 1998 Winter Olympics in Nagano, which is kind of cool. So he was playing almost as an import, right? Canadian citizenship and Japanese citizenship. So he played in the Olympics in Japan, and that was really, really cool. And then he's since gone on to coach in the Winnipeg Jets organization, working with guys like Hallebuck and Hutchinson when he was there. Then going to the LA Kings. That was 2 years in Winnipeg. Then it was 4 years in LA, working with guys like Jack Campbell and guys like Jeff Zatkov, and most recently Cal Peterson, Peter Budaj in there as well. So 2 years in Winnipeg, 4 years in LA, and then last year he was the goaltender coach for the Kunlun Red Star of the KHL. Now crazy story, they had to leave basically on one of their latest road trip. They left China. They were the only Chinese-based team in the KHL. They left China and then did not return to their apartment. So Dusty and all the players had to leave a bunch of stuff at home because of the coronavirus, the COVID-19 pandemic. So Dusty, all the players, they're probably not going to get some of their personal items back. Hopefully my cousin didn't leave a lot there. But Dusty, always been a great cousin, a great family guy. Obviously knows a lot about hockey, the goaltending position. I know a lot of guys like Kevin Woodley, Kevin Weeks, guys in the goaltending fraternity, talk Dusty up a lot, and they should. He knows his stuff. He's a humble guy. I've had him here on my YouTube channel here before. And the one funny story, when we were little, I guess as Dusty was growing up, playing through his teens, whenever we played street hockey, he would make me be goalie, because I'm sure he was sick of a goalie and wanted to be a shooter. But what I think he was taking out 10 years of frustration on me, because he would line up literally 10 or 12 feet in front of me and shoot the tennis ball. Thank God it wasn't the orange hockey ball. Shoot the tennis ball as hard as he could, basically at me, my chest, my nether regions, my legs, not my head, thank God. But always a lot of fun. I remember those memories. Thank God I didn't get injured too badly. But those were always fun times playing street hockey with my cousin Dusty, who turned out to be a professional hockey player and a professional hockey coach. So there we go. Those are my 4. It is Trevor Linden, it is Bo Horvat, it is Roberto Luongo, and my cousin Dusty Imoo. Let me know of your 4 players. Who are the 4 players, past or present, that meant or mean the most to you? And tell me why. Leave a comment below. I would love to read, react, and reply to whatever you have to say. I think this would be a cool way to spark some engagement and get to know you even more. So let me know your top 4 players, who has meant the most to you. Subscribe if you like to. Like this video if you like to. Take care of yourselves and one another. Be safe and stay safe and stay healthy. God bless and go Canucks go.